your girl, Lady J. Say, Car Talk, Car Talk, Car Talks with Meg, Car Talks with Meg, Car Talk, Car Talk, Car Talks with Meg, Car Talks with Meg. Affirming an all-inclusive podcast where all topics matter. Yo, what it do, everybody? It's your girl, Lady G, and I am here back with yet another episode of Car Talks. First of all, I want to say this. Thank you to all of my supporters. Thank you to everybody that has been patient with me. Thank you to those of you that have stuck beside me, even in my moments of not really knowing and not really being sure of how to continue this here podcast. I think when you have a blueprint set and you try to venture off and do what it is that you feel like you want to do rather than just going with the flow of what it's supposed to be, it becomes difficult. The foundation becomes unstable. It becomes difficult to balance. So I can honestly admit it's become difficult to balance. And some of y'all probably like, what you talking about? Honestly, it was a lot happening these last week or so. I've recorded so many episodes and I just wasn't satisfied with those episodes that I recorded. So I'm like, I'm not going to put this out there. When so far it's been smooth sailing. Car Talks has been smooth and sailing pretty smoothly. So I'm tired. I'm trying to make sure I'm not getting in the mode of starting something, having all the momentum at the beginning of everything that's going on, feeling the momentum of it going great, feeling excited about how it's going. And then all of a sudden I just... You hear the fart noise? Exactly. I just fucked the shit up. I don't want to continue to be that type of person that is starting a project that seems to be going pretty well, and then I get all excited and I put all of my energy that I have in the beginning, and then I just stop out of nowhere abruptly. So I'm making sure that this momentum will continue to literally stretch out in the longevity of this project. So I'm here to stay. I fight thoughts, I fight feelings, I fight all kind of stuff often that discourages me. And I do my best to make sure that discourage does not push me to the realm of wanting to quit, because it's easy to quit. But then years later down the line, you're looking at yourself like, where could I have been if I would have just kept going? So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to keep going. I'm not going to stop. I'm going to keep going. And I was like, let me film a podcast in the midst of what it is that I got going on right now, no matter what it is that I'm feeling. I woke up this morning, and something was just like, create. Whether you write or whether you film a podcast, create. So I was like, you know what? Let me get on here and let me film. Let me edit. Let me record this podcast session, because I need some strength. I need some encouragement. I need some motivation. I need some guidance. And this podcast brings all of those things for me. And little did I want to admit that, because I'm like, yeah, I'm just get on this podcast talking about everything. Hashtag all topics matter. That is true. But I know what my ground work is. I know what's in me. Someone's telling me that the other day, and she was like, it's what's in you. It's what's in you. So keep going. So I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna be obedient, and I'm gonna do what it is that I'm supposed to do. I'm not gonna try to control anymore. And that's the problem that we have when we feel like we're in control of what our choices are, what it is that we assume that it is we're supposed to be doing. We have a certain way, like we see it a certain way. And God like, nah, that ain't, you can see it that way all you want, but until you do it the way you're supposed to, you're not going to find joy in it. And these last few episodes, I'm telling you, like, I could not find a reason to post. It just was not it. It did not hit. And now I'm sitting here and, okay, all right. Now I'm sitting here and I'm like, let me see about doing it the way I'm supposed to do it. And here I am. So with that being said, let's keep this going. This episode will be, basically, I got some songs that I want to digest. I want to dissect. And it's songs that I used to listen to back when. Songs that I knew I would find motivation in. You know, it's more songs, and these are older artists that I don't even know where these people are today, and that may be something that I can look into. But there's this one song. It's one song called More by Lawrence Flowers. And this song, when I tell you, is, I'm going to just let y'all hear it. But first of all, side note, if you hear me sniff and you hear the way I'm talking and I sound like I'm a little stopped up, it's because I am. I've had a little sneezing demon for the last couple of days or whatever, for the last week, actually. No, it's not COVID. I checked. I'm actually a lot better than I was in the beginning, but now I sound like nasally, and then you can hear me sniffing, and then you can hear me gasping for air, because for the last couple of days I was almost a mouth breather, and I'm glad I am not. I did not end up being that, because mouth breathers, you know, I love y'all, but Jesus, I couldn't do it. So it's a sinus thing. I don't know what it is. I think I got something from one of my kids. I'm not sure. But this is the most I've ever gotten any type of sick or illness. Like I don't get sick. I don't. That's just my nature. I don't get sick. And I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful. And a lot of people would tell me, yes, you do. You do get sick. No, I don't. I really don't. I don't get sick. Thanks. All right, for real. So if you hear me sniffing or whatever, please excuse me. My nose is not running, but it just feels like I got to clear the airway. Sorry. So here we go. This song, Lawrence Flowers, More. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. It's something. Let me tell you that. Here we go. It's a lot of yellow. I'm not even gonna lie. It's a whole lot of yellow. It's pretty golden. It's very golden, if you ask me. Sing, boy. Now I'm gonna just say this right here, right now. So the lyrics are, for the worshiper in me wants to break free from this intellectual mentality. Like when I should be up, I'm seated in my seat, lifting my hands to give you praise and glory. I think, and again, this is my, again, everything that's said on this podcast is not like hard facts. Everything that's said in this podcast is literally my opinion. It's my opinion. And you will also be able to get a chance of what my relationship with God looks like. That's just it. That's all. So those lyrics, I just want to say that there are different types of worshipers. There are different types of praisers. And I'm the type of worshiper that if I'm seated in my seat, I can be having a conversation with God sitting there peacefully. I'm the type of person that okay, if somebody gives me a gift, if somebody gives me a surprise gift, and I got a couple people that can vouch for me on this one. But you will very rarely see me excited the way you would see the next person excited. Very rarely. So I remember one year I got some shoes, some Timbs. Like, if it's one thing that y'all should know about me, you can even see the box stacked up over there behind me. If there's one thing that certain people know about me or should know, is that I love shoes. Nikes, Jordans. I love shoes. I love shoes. Like, I get dressed for people to look down at my feet. That's it. And I don't just love Nikes and Jordans, for those of you that might want to give me some shoes for my birthday, February 21st, coming up. Christmas is also coming up as well. Thanksgiving is coming up as well, too. I know typically we don't do gifts for Thanksgiving, but check this out. We can start something new. Well, yeah. No, because that's a lot of money. Well, first of all, whatever. I like shoes, okay? Going back to the original branch that's on this tree that I'm trying to build or plant. I like shoes. I love shoes. I like to look nice, and I look nice for people to look down at my feet, right? So I remember getting some Timbs one year for Christmas. I got some Timbs, and my partner handed them to me, and I was like, and it was some my first pair of Timbs. I had always wanted some. I loved them, and they got me some Timbs, and I was like, these are nice. Just like that. Wow, these are nice. Thank you. Thank you. Their response was, are you happy? Like, do you enjoy the shoes? Do you like them? I'm like, yeah. Like, you can't tell? You can't tell? I love these shoes. Wow. These are nice. Like, the most excited you might see me get or hear me get is not over something. It might be, it wouldn't be over a gift. Like, if somebody got me some shoes, you might hear like, oh, that's the most I'll do. Like, for real, like, that's, I'm just being honest. Like, some people be like, do you like your gift? Yeah. Like, what you want me to do? You want me to do a backflip or something? First of all, I can't flip, so no. Second of all, yes, I like my gift. But I said all of that to say there are different types of worshipers. And I think sometimes in the church world, we get so stuck on performance. We get so stuck on, if somebody is sitting in their seat and they don't look to be engaged because they're not standing up because the pastor or the worship leader says stand up, it seems to them that they're not reverencing God. It seems to certain people that they're not in alignment with everybody else that's standing up, that's running around the church, that's hollering, that's stomping. It was this one lady that used to stomp all the time. I think I said that before in the episode, but she used to just stomp. We called her third foot because she used to just stomp. And all we would hear is doop, doop, doop in the back. And I look over at my friends and be like, it's third foot. Because I don't know what it was. She had a stomper foot is what we said. She had an extra foot to stomp, just for stomping. We should take it out. But there are different types of worship. I'm a different type of worshiper. Like, I can sit in my seat. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that I don't have to stand up or don't need to stand up. Because there are certain parts of the service where I might stand up. You know what I'm saying? In respect to certain church homes, certain churches require you to stand up for like the reading of the word. Certain churches require you to stand up for, like offerings. Certain churches require you to stand up like when the pastor comes out, which I don't get. Anyway, certain churches require you to stand up for certain parts of their services. I respect it. I'll stand up. But to stand up, like when worship leaders get up there, and y'all tell me in the comments, do you agree with worship leaders that get up and force everybody to stand up on their feet? Do y'all agree? I'm not even going to say yes or no, but I know the type of person that I am. Like, if I'm in a mode where I'm like, oh, they killing. What will make me stand up is if the music and the singers are like killing it. Now, my reverence for God is me sitting there, closing my eyes, tears falling. And you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm in the moment. Regardless if I'm sitting down, standing up, over in a corner by myself, whatever. I'm in the moment. And I don't know if I agree with worship leaders who stand up in front of the church and forces everybody to get on their feet. Get up on your feet right now. And all this, praise the Lord, everybody. Praise the Lord. I've met some aggressive worship leaders. Aggressive. You hear me? Like, why you getting up here mad? Why you getting up here fussing at us, telling us to get up? I'm singing the song, and when I feel it, I'll respond in a way of me saying that, okay, they doing good. But for you to force us to stand up just for you to sound trash, bruh, sit down. Get out. Sit down. No. But in the song More by Lawrence Flowers, those lyrics, I listen to gospel music. Let me put this plug in here real quick. I listen to gospel music because it makes me feel good. It makes me feel good. Like, music is something that's supposed to speak to your soul. Music speaks to your soul. That's why nowadays I don't really agree with the type of music that is being put out, like when it comes to like hip hop. Because most of it is just about sex. It's about fucking. It's about killing somebody. It's about revenge. It's about all of that. Some of this stuff is pretty decent. Like, I went to see Jasmine Sullivan this past week, and boy, she put her heart, soul, blood, sweat, and tears into her lyrics, into her song, into her music. You could tell it's something that she definitely enjoys doing, because her presentation of her music is always like, it's so clean, it's so crisp. You know what I'm saying? And she still has a sense of humility when it comes to her fans and her music. And you could just see it on her face, because sometimes you could see like she's shocked that many people really fuck with her music. She's shocked. And I'd be like, how can you be so shocked? Like, girl, you bad. Your voice, honestly, and I'm going to stir it up a little bit. Jasmine Sullivan over Beyonce. Jasmine Sullivan gives that soul, like the softness and the not even necessarily aggression of her voice, but it's just the way she sings. Her runs are so clear. Her heart is in her music, and it's not performative, but it's more so of like, y'all, I was feeling this when I wrote it. I was feeling this when I wrote it. Man, like, her music is dope. But I said all that to say this. Let me get back to my original point. Worship leaders who get up in the pulpit and just immediately demand you to stand up. Now I can see if it's, if you would like to stand up with me, please join me, blah, 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 whatever. You're like, let's reword this in a way that it doesn't seem as if I'm being forced to stand up, because I'm going to leave. I'm going to leave, because why are you telling me to get up like that? I'm going to leave. But I said all that to say, and I keep saying that, but here's the thing. Lawrence Flowers is stating in his song, I should be standing up when I'm sitting down in my seat. That doesn't mean that God doesn't hear you. If you're not standing up, if you're not sitting down, God hears the very little of our heart. When our mouths are not speaking, when our hands are not raised, if our eyes are not closed, God listens to our heart, most importantly. Because you can see a mug that is mean, like low down type person, but they smiling, they saying all the right stuff. Like the characteristic traits of a narcissist. They can, especially when they're performative, smile, saying all the right stuff. They seem to be caring, they seem to be loving, but their heart is dirty. They heart dirty. God hears and sees the heart first and over everything else. We use our mouths to speak life. We use our mouths to decree and declare the works of the Lord. So with me sitting in my seat, I am no less important than the person that's standing next to me, standing up, hollering and screaming, because that person could be doing it for attention. That person could be doing it because they feel it. That person could be doing it because that's just their nature. That person could be doing it because that's what they saw when they were growing up in the church. So they mock what they see, which is tentatively what we do. We mock what we see, especially kids. They mock what they see. So me sitting in my seat with my eyes closed, tears falling down my face, I'm just as close to God as well. Just as close. So I said that to say all this. Worship leaders, stop bullying people. That's it. That's all. That's all I got. That's all I got. But the lyrics to this song is not the reason why. All of the lyrics to this song is not the reason why I love this song. I love this song because it put me in a place where I feel like I can reverence. It's a worship song. It's a song that recognizes who God is and what God can do for you if you recognize the power that you have. That's what I get from this song. Now, I could be wrong, so y'all can tell me if I'm wrong or not. But here we go. Mr. Part. The worshiper in me wants to be free from the cares of life that seems to weigh me down. That was the part that got me to listening to this song. That was the part. Worshiper in me wants to break free. But that part right there, like that's what got me, because that's me. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at right now. That's where I was when I first heard this song, and I could not stop listening to this song. But I mean, for real, like worship leaders, your song should speak to the congregation, to the people that's in the audience. And they get to choose how they want to respond to what you're delivering. You can't force them to make a decision before they hear what you're delivering. I'm not going to go to a restaurant. Hear me. I love food. I'm a food addict. Like good food. I love good food. The only thing is, the contradiction is, I don't like to try new things. I like soul food. I'll try new things when it comes to soul food. But other things, like I do not like seafood. I hate it. I'm not going to eat no seafood. I don't like no type of fish, no type of tilapia, no type of nothing. I don't like, crab legs. I don't like lobster. I don't like sushi. I don't like nothing that, I don't like none of that. You can give me some fried chicken. You can give me some ribs. Rib tips is the way to my heart. Some tender rib tips with some like homemade barbecue sauce. Don't give me that raised BBQ stuff. Don't give me that. Give me some homemade barbecue sauce with some rib tips. I like baked macaroni and cheese with all kind of cheese. Like when I scoop the macaroni, you should see strings of cheese coming from it. Give me that. And I want my macaroni and cheese to be right next to my sweet potatoes, so I can mix in the juices and mix in the sweet potatoes and macaroni. I like that combination. I even like a little bit of macaroni and sweet potato juice on my chicken. I hate soggy chicken, but I'll take some crispy ass chicken, fried chicken, with a little bit of sweet potato juice on my chicken, like underneath. So like if my sweet potatoes are leaking and my chicken get on it, I don't care. Let me give it to me. In other words, I like all my food to touch. Let my food touch. I like my mashed potatoes and my corn, my cream fried corn. Mix that together with some fried chicken. Oh my God. I'm speaking to somebody today. And then give me some good greens with some turkey tails, or green beans with some smoked turkey tails in there. I can eat. I can eat. I can eat me a plate now. Hey, give me a little gravy on top of my mashed potatoes and corn. I used to not like gravy, but I appreciate it now. Now, my favorite food of all time is breakfast food. Don't get me started. That's a whole nother. I'm going to have a episode where I'm eating breakfast food and y'all can eat breakfast with me like that. Breakfast and music is the best thing ever. Like, I am in heaven if I am eating breakfast food and listening to music. But let me get back to what I was saying. I am not going to hype up or join the crowd in hyping up a restaurant or a new meal or a new sandwich if I've never tried it. I'm not going to hype it up. I'm going to have high expectations. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit there first. I'm going to order, something simple, something light, and try and see what it is that, what my take is on it. And if I like it, I'm like, okay, oh yeah. Okay, now bring this out, because you seem like you know what you're doing in that kitchen. My taste or my taste buds are different from somebody else's. So I could like a course, of a meal over what my partner likes. And typically, I ain't even gonna get on that because the food that they eat is not even protein bar. What is that? Come on now. If you don't go in there and get you some bacon and get you some sausage or something, I got protein waffles in my, and they thick. Them bad boys is big. Give me that protein bar. Give me the bar. Get you in there and get some food. Shoot. Okay. No, but I'm not going to be the type of person that's going to hype something up before I try it. So in other words, worship leader, I've never heard you sing. I've never heard, not even about hearing you sing. I don't know what you're finna deliver to me. Because it's not even about what it sounds like to me first. If I feel you, if we hear and I feel you, then okay, cool. I'm liking what I'm feeling. I can hear God. I can all of that. Even in the midst of chaos, you can some people can still, not even some people, but God still speaks in the midst of chaos. So me sitting there with tears falling down my face and you up there sounding atrocious don't mean that you sounding good. But I ain't say all that to say that. I won't hype something up if I've never tried it. If I've never experienced what it is or what it could do, or if I never experienced none of that. So give me a second, worship leader. Dang, introduce yourself. And then get up there and say, if you would like to join with us in worshiping, please stand on your feet. Or even, you don't even have to say that. You don't even have to say that. We playing upsies, downsies this whole service. Where's the pastor? Bring out the preacher. Jesus. All this up and down before they get up. Where is your pastor? I'm here to hear the pastor. And then you also, if you don't want to hear or do all of that, then just come when the pastor get up. You got a choice to do that too. I'm just saying. But I just don't like the whole get up on your feet because I'm up here singing. I'm finna sing this song about Jesus. You better stand up because I said Jesus. Get up. Rice. I'm going to sit there like, I'm going to stand up out of fear, probably, because you scare me and I don't want you. One thing pastors do is, well, not pastors, but people in the mic, they'll call your name. If you go to a church and you're, I ain't even going to say well known, but they know you. You go to a church, Celia, get up, Celia. No, you don't want to be like, no, you just get up. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. I'll get up. Where your pastor? I'm telling. Why you do that? But for real, I'm just saying. But from the cares of life that seem to weigh me down, that is what got me to listening to this song, honestly. So here we go. Let's do this. Let's finish the song real quick. We didn't even get to the best part yet. I wanna be consistent. When I said these lyrics, I didn't skip a whole lot of them. I think I jumbled up the song when I said the lyrics. That's all right. They just watch the video. This intellectual mentality. What good is a mind if it's not the blend, they sound so good. They sound good. Here you go, 3. Here go my favorite part. I wanna give my best to you. I wanna do what you ask me to. I wanna go where and just say the word and I'll obey. I wanna live a life that's real. I wanna serve you, Lord, for real. For you deserve all this and more. Hey, so I give you more. Boy. More. Hey, listen to this 3-part right here. Harmony. Yay. Get it, brother, with the hat. He feeling it, boy. He look like he's gonna go tap dance. Hey. Sang good. You're deserving. You're deserving of more. You're deserving of more. I want to know why he keep facing the camera. Turn straight. We see you. We see your hat. We see your earring. We see your sweater. Is that polo? We see your sweater. We see you. We see you. We see you. Look at him. He feeling it. We can finish that in a second. You're deserving of more. You're deserving of more. Deserving of more. That's what they saying. You're deserving of more. But the entire song with the lyrics, The entire song. I don't want y'all to judge the song based off of the beginning part because of the things that I said. You can listen to that song, watch the video, listen to the song, whatever, and determine how you feel about that song. But the lyrics, I want to give my best to you. I want to do what you ask me to. I want to go wherever you say. Say the word and I'll obey. I want to live a life that's real. I want to serve you, Lord, for real. For you deserve all this and more. Like, if that ain't the pureness, if that ain't the core of my inner soul, man, like that is when I heard them lyrics, I'm like, that's me, God, that's me, hear me, God, that's me. I want to live, I want to give my best to you. I want to do what you ask me to. I want to go wherever you say. See, I'm going to get stuck on that. I might, and after this episode, I'm going to listen to that again. But them lyrics, they so real. They so true. Like, when you feeling it, the love that I have for God, man, is crazy. It's, boy, like, I can't describe how I feel and where I can't put it into words, but that song, oh, look at me. Oh my God, that song, them lyrics, them, and it's bringing back memories. It's giving me chills. It's making me. And I just said in the beginning of this episode, like sometimes we get in our minds, like I love doing podcasting. I love it. And when I first started off, it was supposed to be about encouraging people. It was supposed to be about being an inclusive person who is here to encourage, motivate, inspire, all of that, regardless of the age. But it started turning into something else because one thing I love is music. I love listening to music. I even have plenty of snaps in my phone of me driving to work and just listening and like vibing out to music, all kinds of music, vibing out. But lately I've been finding myself really in tune with gospel music. And I remember I went in a season when I listened to gospel music because I felt it brought back PTSD. I experienced PTSD. I experienced PTSD with gospel music because in a time of my life where it was so crucial for me to find balance, and not even just balance. It was crucial in my life for me to find God. There we go. It was crucial in my life for me to find God. And I would try my best to listen to gospel music, but it was forced on me in a certain way. Certain songs would be played around me to make me feel guilty. Certain songs would be played around me to remind me of my transgressions or my sins. Certain songs would be played around me to remind me of me being a lesbian woman. Certain songs, certain Bible verses I had. Boy, it was difficult. So gospel music reminded me of those times. And in listening to gospel music, I felt dirty. I felt like God didn't hear me. I felt like unless I got rid of this thing right here, God ain't gonna bless me. I felt, and I'm trying not to get emotional just talking about it, but in the sense of listening to gospel music, as time went on, I ended up developing an ear for it again. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful because now I'm finding myself going back to songs that made me remember who God was to me. And even in establishing my own relationship with God now, I am remembering that God has always been my nigga. No, I'm just I'm playing. For real, God has always been that dude. Like, God is indescribable. The love that I have for God is indescribable. And those lyrics right there, I want to give my best to you. I want to do what you asked me to. When I first started this podcast, I'm like, yeah, man, we're going to do it I'm going to do it like this. I had it written out. I'm going to do it this way. We ain't going to have videos until I have at least over 100 views for consistently. No visual, just audio. God, like, that ain't what I said. Nope. So I started doing it. I started recording. But then I discovered I need to put a visual to my videos. So I started putting a visual to it. In my very first episode, which go back to Car Talks, if you, first of all, subscribe to my channel if you have not done it, hit that bell for notifications for whenever I post a video, an episode. But my very first episode, I was discussing gospel music, songs that motivated me in my lowest points, my lowest moments. I had Jonathan McReynolds on there. I had Jason Nelson on there, the old Jonathan McReynolds, and then up to about maybe a couple years ago, Jonathan McReynolds. But I was trying to stray away from allowing my podcast to be that, just gospel. I was trying to, I'm like, look, man, like I'm more than that. That's more to me than that. But again, as I was talking to my partner the other day, and they were like, look, that's in you. You can run from it all you want. And I've been running. I know I have. You can run from it all you want. You can run from it all you want, but it's in you. It's what you're supposed to be doing. And I find joy. I find joy in just filming and talking about the music that I love to listen to, the lyrics. And listen, I'm a writer, so I'm going to listen to your lyrics. I'm not going to listen to them to hear something wrong. I'm going to listen to them because I'm a writer. I connect with you by what it is that you're saying. Where were you when you wrote this song? How were you feeling when you wrote this song? And most of that will be in your lyrics. But these lyrics right here are the most purest lyrics I've heard in gospel music. And it's crazy because that's how I feel. That's where I am. I want to give my best to you. I want to do what you ask me to. I want to go wherever you say the words and I'll obey. God said do a podcast. God said start that mug up. I started that bitch up. I'm like, okay, it's going to be like this, hashtag that. All topics matter and all topics do matter. But God is the core. There's a common denominator in my podcast and whether I wanted to accept it or not. And here I am accepting it. I accept it. And y'all, my witnesses, I'll accept it. It is what it is from now on. But if God says go here, I'm not going to go here the way I want to go here. I'm going to go here the way God says go here. If God says say this, I'm not going to say what I want to say. God didn't say that. God said say this. If God said tell the people that the color is red and not orange, I go there and say, well, you know, to some of y'all the color can be orange. Let it be orange if that's the case. But the color is red. God didn't say that. Say what God said. But that's what this song is saying. And I have always said that I wanted to be a vessel. Use me. Use me. And it's that simple. If you want to be a vessel of God, ask God to use you. God can use David. God can use Paul. God can use different ones who feel that they are just the dirtiest people ever. God, that's funny. I'm God. I'm God. I'm God in you. I'm God in you. So if you are denying you, you're denying God. I said that's all. I had a dope conversation with my cousin Zeke some time ago, and he brought a lot of light to a lot of things for me. And it's crazy because growing up, especially with cousins who literally in my generation, when we grew up with our cousins, we was like siblings. Like we was all, we all either stayed in the basement together if we were old enough to be upstairs with the adults. I don't remember Zeke being down there. Zeke and Joy, Courtney. I'm calling y'all out like a mug. I don't remember y'all being downstairs now that I think about it. I think John was down there even. I know Rodney, Aaron. I don't remember Renata being down there, Natasha. I don't remember y'all being downstairs. That's a problem for me. Why was we locked in the basement? We wasn't, okay, hold on. We wasn't locked in the basement. My grandparents had a basement with a Sega Dreamcast. Woo! Sega Dreamcast, a big old screen. And they had couches and stuff down there. And we was cool. We was in the basement while they was cooking and making dinner and stuff like that. They didn't just throw us in the basement like, shut up. No, they didn't what they did. We was sliding down the stairs. We was playing. We had fun. But we were in the basement because we were kids. The adults were upstairs. And then back then when we was growing up, you couldn't be in adults' mouths. They was like, get out my mouth or I'll pop you in yours. I didn't even see what you was saying. I wasn't even looking. No, I was looking at your lip because you got something on it. I wasn't even looking like, what? No, but for real, we could not look in adults' mouths when we was growing up. Like, that was a sin. We could not. We couldn't repeat what they was saying. We couldn't respond to them if they was talking. And we even if we knew what they were talking about and they was talking to another adult and we jumped in and responded, wow. First of all, what hand did you use when you hit me? Because, ow, I didn't see you. I didn't see you hit or reach for me. But I was having a conversation. I said all that to say I was having a conversation with my cousin Zeke, and he brought a lot of light to a lot of things. And one thing I realized is that in seeing Jesus or in seeing God, it's not that I'm denying me because I'm seeing someone else. It's that we were all created in the image of God. We were all created in God's image. So when I see myself, I see God. I am in the image of God, regardless if people agree with who I am, with where I am, with what I'm doing, with how I talk, with how I dress, with how I present myself. Regardless, I am in the image of God. I keep God close to my heart. And it's something about people that are genuine when it comes to their love for God, because you can feel it, you can sense it, you can hear it. I've been asking God to sharpen my discernment. And boy, oh boy, be careful what you pray. Be careful what you pray, because I tell you, God dog. God dog. Like, God has sharpened my discernment like a mug. Jesus. But on a serious note, them lyrics. Lawrence Flowers, you did a thing with these lyrics. You did something, boy. You're deserving of more. You're deserving of more. You're deserving of more. Hey, see, look at you. You got camera time. Now you can chill. See? Yeah. See, you're deserving of more. Come on, Harmony. Hey, you deserving of more. I give, say. Hey. Yay. Yeah, I love the way he ended this. Say, yeah. My blessed Savior, oh, I surrender all. Yeah, say it. I surrender all. Old school. I surrender. To be mine. Yeah, I surrender. Look at the year. Look at the year. It's the year I graduated. 2010. Oh, I just told my age. That's all right. But that's a song that I needed to hear today, to be honest. And if God is telling you to do something, do it. Do it the way that God is telling you to do it. Because if you don't, you won't find joy in it anymore until you do it the way you're supposed to do it. And that is how God said do it. Doggone it. That's it. That's all. Lawrence Flowers definitely is still making music. I have to actually get in tune with some of his newer things now, because it looks like he got long locks now. And I saw that and I'm like, oh, I'm glad you're still in the business of making music. Because them lyrics, brother. God, dog, them lyrics, everything. So I hope this episode encouraged somebody. It encouraged me. It definitely did. It brought me back on track. I'm here. I am now in a place where I'm like, okay, what's next? And how he ended that song with I Surrender All is perfect. Like the medley, the transition, perfect. The harmony sounded great. Great. That was, I don't know if praise teams are still a thing. Actually, it seems more of like there's a mesh of praise teams and choirs now. Like it's not really a praise team. It's just a group of people it's a group. It's a group in the church that sings and leads praise and worship. Not really like let's have a choir come up and sing. Remember when they used to wear the choir robes and march in and take the 2 steps forward and then 1 step back, and it's like, are they ever gonna make it up there? How long do they usually take? I remember the first Sunday we went to my granddad's church. It was Baptist. So we going from quote unquote non-denomination, which I think was Kojic, the church that I grew up in. Because we always had to wear skirts and stuff and all of that, whatever. It was a lot. To Baptist, to a traditional Baptist church. These choir people marching. First of all, it wasn't that fast. It would be to a slower song, and then they'd take a step back. I remember when I saw them march in, I'm like, okay, marching in, this is different. A choir marching in like that? Because the church I'm coming from, the choir was up there. Or if the pastor's like, okay, we're going to have a selection from the choir members just get up from their seats and go up to the choir stand. There was no all-togetherness, and we going to march in like we throwing, like we building something. Yeah. Well, that wasn't, what was that? I don't know. That's not what I was used to. So the choir was marching in, took 2 steps forward. When they took that step back, boy, I was done. I said, how many times, I looked at my cousin, how many times they gonna do this? Because it's like 20 of them mugs, and it's gonna take them literally like 50 minutes. They finna spend a fucking hour just walking from here to the choir stand to sing their song. They don't sing while they walking? So they get a whole hour just dedicated to them marching. That's what they get. I was annoyed. I was like, what is this? What are they doing? I'm telling you, 2 steps forward. And some of y'all know 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Or it'd be 1 step forward, 1 step back. Bro, we doing electric slide while we walking in the church? Because why? But coming from where I came from and seeing that, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, don't judge me for where I was or what I was thinking and what I felt and all that. Please don't judge me. But do what you're supposed to do. Do what God is telling you to do. This episode definitely spoke to me. You don't have control. Let go. Let go and let God. I used to hear that all the time with no explanation. Like, what does that mean? Let go and let God. I get it now. Let go and let God. Meaning, stop trying to control your outcome. I was watching Inside Out 2. And Inside Out 2, at the very end, she was having an anxiety attack. I have experienced those like a month within these last few months. Not this month or, what's this, October? Not September or October. Actually, at the end of August, I wasn't experiencing them like that either. End of August to now, I have been, thank God, and they won't come back. But when I tell you I was in a place where I was like mentally stressing, trying to control my outcomes in the future and being afraid that I wouldn't be able to be here to experience it, all these negative things that I was speaking to myself, didn't even know that my mind was doing that. And an idle mind is a playground for the enemy. So don't allow yourself to become or to have an idle mind. Don't sit there and think of just craziness. Don't do that, because then you begin to entertain it. And I began to entertain it. I started freaking out, started being afraid, started thinking like, if I don't do this right here, right now, then this is going to be affecting the future. This is going to do certain things. That's okay. But to respond in a way as if it's happening now is crazy business. And that's what I was doing. But Inside Out 2, she was having an anxiety attack. And in that anxiety attack, it was a dope visual, what they provided Inside Out 2. And the writer of Inside Out 2, the illustrations of Inside Out 2, all of that, perfect. Because that anxiety attack is exactly, boy, I resonated with that. I could relate to that. I could. And when you don't let go and allow God to be in control, just allow your inner being to be in control of your cares of life. Don't allow those things to affect your outcome of who you know God to be, of what you know you're capable of what you know you will conquer, what you know you will receive. We have to be careful on the things we speak over ourselves, even in our times of distress, even in our times of stress, even in our times of chaotic moments. Be careful what you speak on yourself and allow God to literally bring you back to that place where you know you have power. There's power of life and death in your tongue. So continue to speak life to yourself, to your situations, to your kids, to your surroundings. Continue to speak life. And I said all that to say this. Do what you're supposed to do. Do what God is telling you to do. That's you surrendering. And that's why he ended that song the way he did. Surrendering your all to God. Giving your all of your being to God. Give it to God. You don't ever have to beg nobody for validation. You don't ever have to try to be seen. You don't ever have to try to be heard. Because the right people will attach to you. Don't allow numbers to influence how it is you doing, what you doing. Don't allow views, don't allow stats, none of that. Analytics are important, but don't allow those to be the determining factor of I'm discouraged. Somebody is one person in those 500 people, is one person in those 20 people. There's one person in the 3 people that's watching, that's hearing this, that you're affecting. You're encouraging, you're inspiring. So don't stop. And I used to always say, and I need to get back to that place of where I was like, God, even if I just help one soul, I'm okay. I'm not looking for the million. I'm not looking for the million views, the million souls, the million people. I'm looking for that one person. If I can get one person to say, you know what, you help me. You help me. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And I'm going to keep doing it. So from now on, I'm not going to allow numbers to influence me. I'm not going to allow trends to influence me. I'm going to continue to do what I've been doing. And I hope that you all can get on board and do the same thing. Like, listen to the lyrics of this song. Do what you're supposed to do. Go wherever God says. Say the words that God is saying for you to say. Live a life that's real. We're going to do part 2. Live a life that's real. Serve the Lord for real. For God deserves all this and more. But I want to give you more. That's it. That's all. With that being said, I appreciate y'all for sitting here listening to this 50-minute podcast. I ain't tripping. I had fun doing it. I found joy in doing this podcast. I can tell you that. There you go. That's your little key right there. You know who I'm talking to. I found joy in doing this podcast. And I appreciate all of my listeners. I appreciate all of you that I have one person that I want to give a shout out to. First of all, my guy, Tim. You sit and you literally text me and keep me on track with my podcast episodes. I appreciate you for that. I appreciate you for that. Even if I keep posting these just for you to sit and watch, and then you text me during them talking about, you did such and such, you said such and such, and we laughing at it or whatever. I see your text and I appreciate it. I really do. I appreciate it. And I got to have you on, brother. I got to have you on so we can talk about some church together. Oh my God, we can talk some church. I don't even feel nothing shaking my head. So let's keep it going. I appreciate y'all. Remember, subscribe to my channel. Hit that bell for notifications to be notified of when I post an episode like this, like this, like this, like this, like this. Okay, I got that from my daddy. He be doing stuff like that. I love y'all. I love y'all. Stay tuned for the next episode. If you have not seen any of my past episodes, that's all right. Subscribe and go to my channel. Check out the episodes. The first, I think 2 episodes were just audio. And then moving forward, I ended up adding visual. So you can check out whichever episode you want. Let me know what you think in the comments. What songs you want me to listen to next or dissect next or whatever. Let me know what songs you want to hear. Let me know what topics you want to talk about, you want to hear. Because again, hashtags, all topics matter. And I agree. All topics matter. Nothing's off the table here. So with that being said, I love y'all and God loves you. Check in with me. I'm your girl, your host, Lady G. Peace out. Yeah, it's your girl, Lady J.